What can food teach us about our community lifeways, past and present? Community food lifeways are one way that First Nations tribes can regain food sovereignty in the face of federal policies that have diminished native lands, imposed a non native diet, and made it difficult to retain native languages. Our guest today is Ade Romero Briones, Director of the Native Agriculture and Food Systems Program at the First Nations Development Institute. I'm Sarah Zubek, Associate Director of the World Food Policy Center at Duke University. Ade is the director of the Native Agriculture and Food Systems Program at the First Nations Development Institute. The Institute's goal is to strengthen American Indian economies to support healthy Native communities, in part by preserving Native foodways. She is also the granddaughter of a Pueblo farmer and was born in Cochiti Pueblo, New Mexico. Ade earned a Bachelor of Arts degree in Public Policy from Princeton University and a law doctorate from Arizona State University's College of Law, in addition to her LLM degree in Food and Agricultural Law from the University of Arkansas. She has written extensively about food safety, the Produce Safety Rule, and tribes, and the protection of tribal traditional foods. So Ade, thank you so much for joining us here today.
It's wonderful to be here. Thank you for having me.
Well, I want to start immediately with this phrase, community food lifeways. I was wondering if you could describe that for our listeners.
Absolutely. So when we think about food, we usually think about it as kind of this separate entity. But when we're talking about community food lifeways, we're talking about the integration of food in virtually every institution that makes up a society. So whether it be your political institution, your spiritual institutions, your economic institutions, all of those institutions in some part has some relationship to food. So when we're talking about food lifeways, we're not only talking about having dinner at the table with your family, but we're talking about how that meal will affect everything else in that society.
And Ade, I understand you were honored by the White House and the USDA as a champion of change for agriculture.